seems you have some decisions to make. I look forward to seeing who you betray. I deny none of it. I enjoy the crimes that I will commit in the future.
What are we researching here today?
Aaron Ghoul, host of the Crucible of Fate.
We could make an alliance before the game even begins, and they won't know until they look at the footage.
That's true.
Greetings and welcome back to Crucible of Fate for episode 4. This one is a little bit unusual for me. This is the first time that I'm sitting in a basement by myself, playing with all virtual participants. If this is the first time that you're joining us for Crucible of Fate, it is the high stakes, competitive, open invitational Dungeons and Dragons game show. Open invitational in that it's open to all of you to apply. If you have any interest in learning about the show or becoming a contestant, please check out crucibleoffate.com. Everything you need to know, learn the rules of the show, the format, and how to become a contestant is all there for you. If you're going to jump straight into the action, please just go ahead and move your little slider to the right to where the first game begins. There's just a couple of points that I have to go over, a couple of thank yous that I want to do. First off, quick little apology. I'm just coming off a few weeks of a chest cold, so I'm a little bit more lower energy than usual, but I didn't want to miss out on an episode, and I already delayed by 1 week, so the show must go on. I appreciate all of my contestants for this week bearing with me as we've moved the date. First off, thanks very much to all of my Patreon supporters. Carissa Brabant, Brad Searing, Seafoot Games, and Jonathan Warren. Jonathan Warren is actually playing with us here tonight, but I promise to be very objective, even though he's a supporter of mine on Patreon. Please pay particular attention to how I treat Jonathan this evening. But I just want to say thank you very much to all my Patreon supporters. It really means a lot to me for you to be supporting the channel and helping me out month to month. Really appreciate it. Okay, with all of that said, let's jump in and meet our contestants for today. So each of you have 2 minutes to introduce yourselves. You don't need to use the whole 2 minutes, but it is your time. I'm just going to start in the top left of my screen with James.
Greetings, my name is James, having fun is my games. I'm from South Australia. I started playing D&D when I was just a little tacker in the 80s. I played for about 10 years, then Dungeon Mastered for about 15, and I've been away from the game about 20 odd years and felt the sudden urge to get back into it, and here I am, loving it. I would also like to dedicate my gameplay today to my brother, who passed away in 2010, but he would have been the first person to jump on to this sort of format, and he was another blood.
Well, thanks very much for being here, James, and for getting up super early to join us from Australia. And
my pleasure.
I hope that your brother is watching you play and gives you tremendous luck in your competition today. Jonathan.
I'm Jonathan Warren. I'm from Sandy, Utah. I don't really have a whole lot to say. I'm playing Galileo the Satyr, and I've been playing D&D for about a decade now. It's probably my favorite game, and I'm really excited to get into it.
Great, thanks very much, Jonathan, and really glad to have you here on the Crucible episode 4. Jake.
Hi, my name is Jake, and I'm joining you all from the Breadbasket. I'll be playing Eamon Carwin. I do not have much experience playing D&D, but I'm very excited to be here and play with you all. Please don't kill me right away.
Thanks, Jake, and thanks very much for being one of the admins on our Discord server. I appreciate the work that you're putting in and the time and effort. Wezzy.
Hello, everyone. I'm Wezzy Mulamba. See, I'm an high school English teacher here in Indiana. Let's see, I actually run the D&D club at my school, so I'm very familiar with at least 5th edition nowadays. And yeah, heard about this whole thing through like a random suggested YouTube video and didn't look back. So I'm happy to have some fun with you guys today.
Great. Welcome, Wezzy, and I'm glad that you stumbled on the show and took the time to dig into it and find out what it was all about so that you could be joining us today. Remy.
Hi, my name is Remy Lupo. I'll be playing Damian Lancaster. I'm super excited to get into it with these guys.
Thanks very much, Remy. And last but not least, another one of the admins on the Crucible of Fate Discord server, Andrew.
Hey guys, I'm Andrew from Dallas, Texas. I've been playing D&D since, around James's time, late 90s. I've been running games off and on for 20 years now. I stopped playing since I had 4 kids, and now I'm getting back into things. And one of the things that I fell in love with was David's YouTube expression, how this all got started with him and his kid. Like, I fell right in line. I've been right behind him in lockstep, trying to push him farther and harder as I've seen him. I'm excited to be here. I've been waiting around for my shot to murder somebody.
Excellent. Proper attitude for the Crucible. Thank you very much to all of you for your introductions. I'm very excited to play tonight. I think we've got some great games picked out for you all. I'm just going to remind everyone that since this is pre-recorded, if there's anything with the rules that you want to discuss, we're going to take the time that's needed to make sure the game is played fairly. That's really important to me. I don't ever want anyone to leave the show without feeling that they had a fair shot. Okay, so with that, we're gonna go into the intro video, and when we return, we will be in character, in game, jumping into the Crucible.
It's time. Bring them. Offer them riches, offer them glory. I don't care. Just bring me their souls.
As you wish, Master.
Yes.
You think you have what it takes? Every roll can mean life or death. 120 contestants. Who will survive? Who will win? It could be you. This is high stakes D&D.
Your senses begin to return to you all as a dim blue light reflects off of the stone walls and wooden features of the Fate's Hand Tavern. This feeling is now becoming more familiar to you, as it is the 4th time you have been awakened in this manner. You're finding it easier and easier to get a hold of your senses and gain wherewithal of what's going on around you. The padded footsteps of an approaching figure you now know to be Dregs can be heard in the distance. You see him step into the center of a ring of all of the remaining contestants within the Crucible of Fate. His hooded cloak barely covering the metal, disfigured mask of a ghastly apparition that seems to be frozen in time, reflects a bit of light so that you can all see this hideous mask underneath of his cloak. He looks down at a list in front of him and says in his gravelly voice,
You guys all know the drill now. When I call out your name, you'll be in control of your bodies and your faculties once again. If your name is called, this means that you are a contestant of the Crucible of Fate for tonight. And from this point on, your life is in your hands, and you must protect yourselves at all times. For there's truly no one else in here but yourself that you can rely on. So, Amund Carwin, Damian Lancaster, Garzak, Galileo, General Bloodblood, and Lieutenant Matthias Crow. You guys are up for tonight. And as he says your names, you feel yourselves drop the 6 to 12 inches down to the floor. You kind of steady yourselves on limbs that haven't supported your weight for an unknown period of time now. You kind of begin to shake yourselves out, loosen up some of your tightened muscles. You begin breathing in air once again. Dregs looks at each of you, kind of just motions for you to follow him. Just kindly step over this way. The eyes of truth need to take a look at you, size you up, make some initial bets, see which of your souls appear to be worth more. He kind of takes a few steps, beckoning you to follow him. And as you do, you feel the room shift slightly in the shadows. Although you can feel your feet moving underneath of you on the hard stone, there's still an element that throws you off a little bit as the scene and setting around you seems to shift more than what your feet and legs are carrying you by. As the torchlight becomes brighter and you see more of this, the stone walls around you in a large square room, the rest of the contestants that ring shrouded in shadow and only slightly illuminated begins to kind of fade away and expand out into the shadows until it's no longer visible. It's immediately replaced by the feeling that you're being watched by thousands, tens of thousands, perhaps millions of pairs of eyes on you. And then out of the darkness, a now familiar voice of the host can be heard. Welcome, everyone, to my home. For those of you who may not have been paying attention, my name is Theramgul, and I will be your host for this evening. Please feel free to ask any questions you may have of me. I am at your service currently. I want to make sure that you know what will happen tonight. You will be playing a series of 3 games. In each of these games, I have planned for one of you to die in each of these games. You are all so unpredictable and perhaps even capable that maybe things won't go to plan. But one thing that is certain, only 3 of you will be surviving at the end of this night. The 3 of you that will be hopefully horrifically killed. It will be because your companions did not assist you, or perhaps stabbed you in the back, Or maybe you just fell victim to the denizens and residents of the abyss down here within the grounds of the Crucible of Fate. Now that you have all been introduced, or your names have at least, I want to give you each the opportunity to present yourselves to the eyes of truth, to myself, and to each other. I give you each 2 minutes. You go longer and I will cut you off. So, first, we'll begin with General Blood.
Well, you hear a thud, as General Blood approaches. He carries himself with the gruff temperament of a jaded veteran. He has the green mottled skin of his orc father and the short 5-foot stature of his human mother. At his advanced age, he's slightly hunchbacked and almost fully bald, but what hair he does have remaining includes a handlebar moustache and is thick and grey. He sports many scars. At some time in the distant past, he lost an eye and half a leg in battle. He now walks with the aid of a steel-capped wooden leg. He carries a wicked-looking battle axe and a large barbed shield. On his back is strapped a longbow and a quiver of arrows with red fletching. Blood-red clothing shows beneath his well-worn scale armor, and at his belt is a potion rack, and on his other hip is a regular pouch with irregular bulges. He glances around at the other contestants. General Blood stomps off with a thud, to explore the dimensions of the Fate's Hand Tavern. Where can I get a drink around here?
My apologies, General. This tavern has been dry for quite some time now. If we were to have alcohol here, it wouldn't be much of an abyss now, would it? Thank you, General. I will look into getting some refreshments for you. I genuinely feel bad to leave you dry for so long. Perhaps now we can hear from Damien Lancaster.
Damien Lancaster is a man who looks barely strong enough to stand with his chainmail. Warhammer at his side. For those practicing, his shield has the sigil of Pala engraved on it, but scratched through it is the more readily visible symbol of Nyla. He looks up, oh, sorry, 1 second, I'll just be right with you guys. And you see him pulling out a book and furiously writing down notes. Jagalian, Times of Troubles, Time to Move Differently, Dragon Stronger, Theramgul. And after about 30 seconds of note writing, he closes his book. He looks around and, wow, okay. I'm not looking to do anything that I don't have to. But I'm sorry for what I must.
Thank you, Damien. I'm glad to see that you're taking lots of notes. Those may become quite a historical artifact in the future. I know I will get great joy reading what your perception was of this place should you meet with an untimely end. Thank you, Damien. Amund Kerwin.
Amund steps forward. He's fairly tall, little over 6 feet. You can't see much of him as he's wearing a cloak, but there is a fairly large bulge at his back that you could assume to be a backpack and perhaps more. That does pull back his cloak enough that you can see at his waist are several pouches. And he steps forward with his staff in hand and says, My name is Amund, and if you want to know more, then you'll have to prove yourself worthy enough to find that information out. Then he steps back.
Thank you, Amund. Very mysterious of you. Let us hear now from Garzak.
All right, so what steps forward is this 7.5 foot tall, dark forest green scales. Instead of like a regular crest that you might see on your typical smaller lizard, there are several smaller, almost leaf-like crests that kind of jut out of the back of his head and lower shoulders. Along Garzak's body, there's several scars and superficial, like nicks and bruises and scratches he's gotten throughout the years. He's holding this long glaive and kind of looks around at the group and says,
I see this is a group of tight-lipped people.
And then he doesn't say anything after that.
By your appearance, Garzak, it seems you have had a bit of a rough life. I don't think things are going to get any easier in here, unfortunately. Galeo.
So, a satyr, standing about 6'3", steps forward, wearing heavy armor. There's a longsword sheathed at his belt. He has a backpack slung over one shoulder, and on his other arm is a shield. Those that practice, it bears the symbol of Iodin. He has red hair that stands pretty tall, gold eyes, and he steps forward. I agree with the general. You call this place a tavern and there's no drink? What is this?
Well, we have to get every little bit of suffering out of you that we can while you're here. A dry, parched mouth is just the beginning of the lack of niceties in this place.
I guess I'll have to make do.
Perhaps you will find something within the game zone that you can drink. And now, Lieutenant Matthias Crow.
Matthias Crow is a 6-foot human male, early 20s, around 180 pounds, athletic, blue eyes, shoulder-length black hair tied into a ponytail. He's usually wearing a very severe pointed tricorn hat, and he'd be a very handsome young guy if he wasn't having a permanent scowl and a sense of like judgment of everything radiating around him. He's wearing very serviceable scale mail under a uniform of a city watchman, and he has a mantled leather duster that seems to have officer's pins on it, displaying rank. And he has a badge, a silver shield with a set of scales, symbol of Meridian. And he also has a small shield. It looks very similar to Captain America's in Endgame, the Wakandan shield, how it's very short and slim. And he has a satchel, like a messenger's leather bag, with a Red Cross symbol on it, and that same symbol. Across his belt, he has 2 belts, a whole bunch of pouches, slots for potions, a couple of vials strung across it, slots for scrolls, a longsword, a dagger. Looks like he has a light crossbow slung across his back. While everyone else is talking, he has taken out a small scroll and has begun jotting things with a quill. I, Lieutenant Matthias Crow, sworn agent of law by the power vested in me as an agent of law by the city of Jathian. capital of Jathain, formally accuse you, Therum Ghoul, of the following crimes, not only for the realm of Jathain, but all mortal realms that have no agent of law to speak for them. You formally stand accused of assault with a deadly and cruel intent, aiding and abetting criminal activity within the mortal realms, conspiracy to commit criminal activity within the mortal realms, criminal contempt of mortal law, disturbing the peace of the mortal realms, first-degree murder and attempted murder of citizens of Jathain, supernatural harassment of citizens of Jathain, abduction and confinement of the citizens of Jathain, practicing magical arts within the limits of Jathain, capital of Jathain, without a license, mental, emotional, spiritual manipulation by magical means upon the citizens of Jathain, and finally, unlawful declaration of war against the mortal realms. Do you deny these crimes for the record?
Oh my, that is quite a laundry list of charges against me, Lieutenant. I'm a bit touched that you would take the time and come here to try to bring me to justice. Is that your intent? Do you wish to try me for these crimes you speak of?
Do you deny these crimes, creature?
Well, such direct passion being pushed towards me, perhaps even hatred. I hate to disappoint you, Lieutenant, but I have not been in the realm that you call Jathain for, well, thousands of years before it was even called Jathain, so how could I possibly be guilty of these charges you lay upon me?
Do you deny orchestrating the citizens of Jathain to be present here for this mockery of a show?
I deny none of it. I have enjoyed all of it so far. I enjoy the crimes that I will commit in the future, Lieutenant. In fact, I now look forward to adding your premeditated murder to that list, but maybe I get ahead of myself. You would have to make it through the Crucible before such time that perhaps we could enjoy competing against one another. So you hold on to your list and your drive and your commitment to justice, Lieutenant. And when it is your time to have your soul ripped from your body, this passion of yours will make you extremely valuable and will make breaking your soul absolutely delicious to many of us down here.
Matthias will make a note on the parchment. For your crimes, your punishment is me. I'm coming for you.
Oh. Judge, jury, and executioner, how positively dreadful. Well, now that that bit of emotion is out of the way, perhaps we can get started. Being the man of law, Lieutenant, I will give you the honor of selecting the game which you will all compete in first. So, Matthias, if I could get you to roll a d20, please.
Yes, you can.
Excellent. An even number. This means that we will be playing Hunter and Hunted first. I need you now to roll a second d20, please, Lieutenant, to pick what room you will be entering. 10. We will now move into our initial pre-game intermission actions. So at this point, I need everybody to please roll initiative. Garzak 16, General 14, Amun 4, Damien 4 as well. Damien, what's your wisdom modifier?
It's +1.
Amun, what is your dex modifier?
+2.
+2. Okay, so Amun will go first. I'm just going to change you to a 5. Thias, I will make a 6. Galeo I have as an 11. Okay, before you are segregated into your waiting rooms, I want to let you know what is in the gift shop, just to tug and tease at your brain while you sit in silence waiting for your turn. So, in our Tier 1, meaning one roll on the wheel of consequence, which before picking something, you must decide whether you are keeping it permanently or whether you will just have it and your consequences for this evening. So, Tier 1, a flat iron metal rod about 18 inches long, appearing to have a button at one end. Second, in Tier 1, is a potion, and as you gain a better look at the liquid within, you can see that it is transparent, and there appears to be a crescent moon-shaped sliver of stone within it. In Tier 2, we have 2 potions. The first one, a clear liquid, floating at the top of its container, leaving empty space at the bottom. Within this liquid, cloudy white impurities drift within it aimlessly. The second potion is a yellow fluid, streaked with black that swirls together with the yellow on its own. In Tier 3, our most costly yet most valuable items, there is a mote of energy that as you look upon it, it shifts to take the form of any suit of armor that you desire, both in material and appearance. The second item is a long black blade, about 6 feet in length. Its edges appear to be extremely sharp and well honed. Its hilt forged to give the appearance of 2 black wings. This blade seems to emanate shadowy wisps continuously that roll off of it like fog for 2 to 3 inches before disappearing. These are the items available to you in the gift shop this evening, gentlemen. Greetings, Garzak, and I welcome you as the first contestant to do their intermission actions for this evening. So, you have one intermission action to use. You can visit the gift shop, you can invite someone to parley with you, you could cast spells or use any abilities that you have. You could conduct some research in the archives, or perform a short rest, which I'm sure at this point you do not need. So what will it be, Garzak?
I would speak with that. What was his name? Damien, I believe.
You wish to invite Damien to a parley. Very well. Hello, Remy.
I knew this would happen. I knew. I knew the moment I went downstairs to get water. I knew this would happen.
Greetings, Damien. It seems that you have been welcomed into the parley circle by Garzak here. Do you accept his invitation?
Wow. Yes, of course.
Very well, then, gentlemen, I will give you 5 minutes to parley. Your time begins now.
Oh, Garzak, it's great to meet you, and I put a hand out.
Garzak will shake your hand. So, briefly, since our time is limited, what brings you here? Besides the parley, to this tavern without liquor?
Well, truthfully, sir, I went against my order. I was a paladin back in the material world. I did something that they did not agree with. And the next thing I knew, I saw the first round of games being played.
I see. I also am here, partially because I have done something my people did not agree with. We will not get into specifics, but I brought you here because I think we can benefit each other.
Yes, of course. I don't want to hurt anybody, even though I know I might have to, so having an ally would be fantastic.
Indeed. Yes, I have certain skills that I think will help benefit you, and you can, well, heal people, I imagine.
Yes, if that's what's needed.
Yes. So, would you be open to an alliance?
Yes, of course. I hope that nothing befalls you, and I will try my best to keep anything terrible from happening.
Perfect. Now, is there anyone else, any of the other contestants who you are most concerned about?
I believe General Blood may have a rough disposition, but then again, initially I thought maybe you would have a rough disposition, so really it's impossible to tell. It seems that Lieutenant Crow is dead set on one mission, and I don't think we have to worry too much about him veering too far off that path.
That will get him killed, I imagine. So, that symbol on your shield, explain it to me.
I was once a paladin, but I went against some things that the church believed in, and I started to realize that maybe I should be looking elsewhere for answers. Maybe all gods have something that truly matters to everybody. So I decided to become a Nyladin, and, well, I'll see how far that takes me.
Excellent. I am one myself.
Oh, well, fantastic.
I can show you at least how my people worship Nyla. Yes,
I'm excited to learn. I don't know how much time we have left, but if anything, we need to make sure that
1 minute and a half.
If the past Hunter games are anything to go by, we should split up. I'll be looking out for you from across, and I will be able to get to you if need be.
Yes. That said, I would beware of Matthias. His faith is not one that's friendly to ours.
Yes. Well, I still hope for the best in people, and a man with strict codes hopefully can stick to it as long as he can.
We will see. Farewell for now.
Goodbye, Garzak.
Welcome, General. You are next on the list for intermission actions. What will you be doing this evening?
Thurmgle, what I would like to do is delay my intermission action and go last so that I can go in and check on the store to see what has actually been taken.
I see. I have not heard this request before. Very strategic of you. I will grant you this and let you go last and take a peek at the gift shop to see what is missing. I assume you will want to observe your fellow contestants to see who may have these items on them, correct?
For sure. That is strategy. They don't call me General for nothing.
Clearly. Okay, give me a perception check, please, General, and we'll be using this for when everyone is finished.
6.
Very well, General. If that is everything, then I will see you at the end of everyone else's turns.
See you then, buddy.
Greetings, Galeo. You are next up for your intermission action. What would you like to do?
Well, Theron, I would like to go to the gift shop because maybe you might have some alcohol there.
There are certainly a few items to drink. I cannot guarantee you that they will be alcoholic, but if you would please follow me to the gift shop. Here we are at the gift shop. Do you require a reminder of what was in each tier, or are you familiar with everything?
I am familiar. I just need to know if anything has been taken.
No. Thus far, no one has purchased anything from the gift shop. Would you like to make a purchase?
I would.
Excellent.
This might be really dumb, but I would like that mote of energy that turns into armor.
Tier 3. Excellent. So,
go big or go home.
Indeed.
And I want to keep it permanently.
Well, you have already answered my question. A man of considerable courage. Very well, you are keeping it permanently. That means we must roll our 3 consequences. Could you please roll your first d20?
Alright. Nothing horrible, please.
A 12. A 12 gains you 1 level of exhaustion.
Okay. Not the end of the world yet.
Certainly.
I could live with that.
Roll number 2. Just to clarify, to make sure we are both on the same page, with 1 level of exhaustion, this is disadvantage on all ability checks. Indeed. Second roll is a 4. A 4. You are now feeling arthritic, which means you have disadvantage on all physical ability checks. So you already had that. So this does not hurt you anymore.
Unless I get rid of the exhaustion, then I would have to get rid of both, I would assume.
Yes.
All right. So disadvantage. I just for clarification, that would be athletics and acrobatics.
Any strength or dex based.
Okay. Does that include weapon attacks? Because that's not an ability check, that's an attack roll.
No, it doesn't include attacks.
Okay. And third one. 2.
A 2. Poisoned. So now
All right.
attack rolls and ability checks will be made at disadvantage.
Well, I have this thing called Lay on Hands that'll take care of that.
Most fortunate for you. So
Okay, out of character, that was insanely lucky.
yeah, it could have gone a lot worse, that's for sure. So, with your consequences out of the way, this armor is plate armor +2. My mistake. It can be any type of armor that you wish it to be. So which type of armor would you like it to be?
Well, plate.
Okay.
Definitely plate. But when you say any type of armor I want, does that include like just a base set or like literally any type of armor I want?
No, just the base. So plate armor +2 of necrotic resistance.
All right.
I hope that you have found your purchases worth the consequences. Is there anything else for you, Galeo?
I think that's it. You sell just normal items here, right?
Yes, anything that you have the gold for, you can purchase.
I wasn't lying. Do you have a drink?
I believe we have some flasks of holy water.
Gotta say, that's a little odd in the abyss, but...
we keep it under careful watch for very specific circumstances. We must cater to our contestants and keep it fair, you know?
That makes sense. No, I think I will be fine. Now, I would like to sell my splint armor, though, because I'm no longer going to need it.
Yep, no problem. So you can trade it in for half value.
All right, so that's 100 gold.
Anything else for you, Galeo?
Well, if you don't have any damned alcohol, I guess I'll have to make do. Maybe I could go through blood stuff and see if he has any.
He does seem like one who would be open to sharing. Very well, I wish you the best of luck tonight, Galeo.
Thanks, but I don't need it.
Oh, such confidence brings me joy. Welcome, Lieutenant. It is your turn for your intermission action. You seem to be a man of singular focus. What can I do for you to make your stay here easier?
Die, and show me to the research room.
Very well, if you will please follow me, I will bring you to the archivist. He just kind of like turns his back to you, gliding forward confidently. As he does, the room seems to shift around you until you get to this grand room with a very high ceiling that kind of arches down, lit by many torches. On one side, piles and piles of bones. On the other side, many rows and columns of bookcases stacked one on top of each other in a rather impressive collection of literature. As Theramgul kind of fades back into the darkness, a figure emerges
that you had just seen Lilith visit previously. You can see a humanoid figure standing about 6 feet tall. Its skin is kind of like gray, a bit sunken, with its eyeballs appearing to be like a gray or white. Tentacles emerging from where its mouth is. And as it kind of like floats up to greet you, standing about 6 feet away, telepathically, you, no, correction, you hear it out loud. And you must be Lieutenant Matthias Crow. Word is spreading quickly of your focus here. You have garnered the attention of many of the eyes of truth. So, tell me, Lieutenant, what are we researching here today?
Aaron Ghoul, host of the Crucible of Fate.
Indeed. You are a man driven by one purpose.
Please give me an investigation roll.
Yes, sir. Never said he was smart.
5. Okay. The figure fades away into shadow for just a moment. And you're not sure if it's been 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 10 minutes. There's just a bit of a gap as your vision tunnels for a moment and then comes back to you as this form emerges from the shadows once again.
Well, Lieutenant, I was able to find a reference about Therum Ghoul in a book of nobility from pre-barrier times. Unfortunately, it seems the pages containing information on our most gracious host have been removed rather forcibly. It has come to my attention as the eyes of truth also tend to whisper that these pages may be found within the treasure hoards hidden amongst the rooms of the Crucible. It seems you must successfully overcome these challenges in front of you to not only gain the treasures within, but information relating to
the mechanical statistics of the host.
This information is obviously most guarded secrets. We can't have it lying around for the masses, if you can understand. It is not just you, the contestants, that would like to get their grubby hands on such things. I will offer you some scant information out of, well, if I still had a heart, I would say the goodness of it. Let us just say goodwill. Therum Ghoul is an ancient demon of the old world. Do not be deceived by his good nature and politeness. He is not to be underestimated. He is in this position for a reason. I will share with you, however, this is a test for him. After a bargain struck with the patron of our abyssal stair here, this bargain gives him the opportunity to gather souls for the patron in exchange for a power play should he emerge successful with a champion to lead his armies.
Thank you, creature. May I ask another personal question?
You may.
Are you here of your own free will?
The simple answer is yes. A more complex one is this place gives me access to a lot of information and the freedom to research things that are reviled by my previous ancestry. Here I am free to look at the things I wish without interference from my judgmental brethren.
I understand, creature.
Is there anything else I can do to serve you, Lieutenant?
Not yet, but you will see me again.
I look forward to our future interactions then. Best of luck.
Thank you. He'll turn to leave. Another question, creature. You said there were pages missing from the book. Does it say what kingdom those pages were from?
If I had to guess, based on the location and content of the rest of the material, I would say he was a noble of the Chagalian Empire.
Thank you, creature.
Indeed.
And I will leave.
Excellent, and with that, your intermission action comes to an end. Greetings, Amund. You are next up to do your intermission action. What would you like to do?
Well, I'm not too happy to be here in the first place, but since I don't have much of a choice, I guess I should prepare myself. You said we're facing some sort of a monster?
Indeed, yes.
And then Amund will lift up his staff and strike it on the ground, and you'll kind of see a shimmer across his cloak and clothing as mage armor takes effect, and then a second shimmering a few inches away from his body happens as his arcane ward comes into effect. And after that, he'll wait until it's just about time to go in, and he'll take 10 minutes to cast Detect Magic.
Ritually, okay. Sounds
yes,
good.
as a ritual.
Okay, yeah. So we'll make sure that that's active just as the intermission actions are coming to an end, so that you have your 10 minutes in the into the game.
And I have marked off one of my spell slots for mage armor.
Okay, sounds good. Well, I'm sorry you are unhappy to be here, Amund. Just try to make the best of it. I'm sure that a man of your talents can find ways to entertain himself.
I shall do my best.
Is there anything else I can do for you?
If you got any snacks, I wouldn't mind.
I am sorry. There are no snacks here. But perhaps in the game zone you can find something to nibble on.
Eamon will pull out some of his rations, a little hardtack and jerky, and eat that.
I see you've come prepared. I can appreciate that. I will see you in a few minutes when we jump into the game. I wish you the best of luck. Welcome, Damien. It is your turn to do your intermission action. What would you like to do?
Okay. First off, I'd like to say thank you, Dharam Ghul, for giving me this chance to get back to my family on the material plane, although it may be a long journey.
It is my pleasure. I am nothing if not generous, no?
Yeah. I guess I will go take a look at the shop. I got to parlay with who I wanted to parlay with, so.
Very well, the gift shop it is, if you would just follow me. Okay, as you approach the gift shop and the wares, you can see that both of the tier 1 items are still there. The tier 2 items are both still there. Missing, however, from the tier 3 is the moat that was transforming into various states of armor. You can see that the black blade still remains.
Damien just makes a quick note that the armor is gone and to look out for that. Damien walks into the shop and, takes a look at the tiered items. Ooh, maybe a little expensive for my blood. I was, watching, I saw that some people were blinded and deafened, and that seems scary and not what I'm looking for. So I'll just be buying normal items, please.
As you wish. What can I get for you?
I am looking for 5 bags of caltrops, 2 healer's kits, and 2 pairs of manacles.
Oh, a man who likes to be well prepared for any situation. I can appreciate that. Simply deposit your gold into the receptacle here, and your items will be given to you.
Oh, wow. Gold still works. Perfect. Thank goodness. I thought I would have to give years off my life.
Oh, no. Those items are much more expensive.
Oh. Well, thank you very much, sir. And Damien just starts strapping them, the bags of caltrops, to his bandolier of potions and such. And, well, thank you very much. I'm sure I'll be hopefully seeing you again in the future.
Indeed. Best of luck, Damien. James.
We have returned.
Indeed. I'm just going to close this. Okay, so everyone has gone. As promised, General Blood, you have delayed your action until last. You have been keeping a close eye on the entrance to the gift shop, and you will be pleased to notice only one item has been purchased, and this was armor. That was purchased by Galeo.
Thank you for letting me go last. I will take note.
It is the least I could do. Very well, I believe now it is time to carry on with the first game.
All right. Thank you.
With that, all of your intermission actions have come to an end, and it is time to enter Hunter and Hunted. Just to review quickly the rules for this game, you will be placed inside the lair of a resident of the game zone of the Crucible of Fate. Inside this lair, you will quickly learn whether you are the hunters or the hunted. To successfully survive, you must either kill this creature or avoid being its victim. For if one of you fall to the creature, the rest of you will be teleported back into the tavern and move on to the next round. Of course, you are always welcome to kill one another, however, that will not bring the game to a close. Before we step through the portal, I would like to give you an opportunity to get to know one another a little bit. So I will give you 5 minutes to chat amongst yourselves, and as always, I like to remind you, these are not your friends or your companions, and in fact, 3 of them will be dead before the night is out, and at least one of you will be killed by one of the others. And on that note, I give you 5 minutes to chat amongst yourselves.
Thud, thud, thud. General Blood walks around or shuffles around the group, checking everybody out closely, getting up in their space, sniffing the occasional armpit and nape of neck to those he can reach, Garzak, he just sniffs the base of his tail. Oh, you're a big one. And he keeps on walking around.
Are you really a general?
I certainly am. I am General of the Blood Horde, under the control of the War Chief, Deathblood.
You don't look very successful.
Thud, 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 as he walks around.
As you walk by me, I don't shirk back. I seem to be appraising you as well as you come up to me.
Blood looks closely at Armand and says, all these other guys, they look like good, strong soldiers. What are you doing here, human? For sport?
Well, I'm not here by choice, but strength isn't all that matters in survival.
We will see. Thud, thud, thud. He continues to circle everyone.
I'm going to grab some jerky out of my pack. Just kind of nibble on it absent-mindedly. As you walk by, I'll offer you some.
That doesn't smell very nice. And he keeps on walking. Thud, thud, thud.
General Blood, with all due respect, sir, I think it may find you well to not count out humans. Half of us here are humans, and humans are known to be resilient, though they don't have much naturally. But all due respect for a general, and while we're on military rank, Lieutenant Crow, if it would be okay, would you mind if I made a copy of the charges you made against Therum Ghoul, just for my own personal notes?
Absolutely. Are you a notarist or an archivist?
A man who likes to remember where he's been.
Hand over the document.
Sure, here, by all means. And Damien hands over his book and his pen.
He'll copy the document down, word for word.
Damien, I wouldn't count humans so short. your kind has become the dominant force on the mortal realm. You might say you don't have much going for you naturally, but that is clearly not the case. You have spread like an infection all over the place.
Sure, but I can hardly take responsibility or credit for that. I'm just one man. I don't intend to do anything, and what's one man to another in the face of combat?
If I might have a
I guess
moment.
we shall see.
Are any of you citizens of Dratane?
No, sir.
No. I passed through there once, but no.
Very well.
About 30 seconds left. Wesley, anything you want to say?
No. Project's good.
I'll also offer you some
blood. Blood stops at Damien Lancaster. Takes a deep sniff. Your stench. Brimstone reminds me of my brother. Trust me, that's a good thing.
Well, thank you for the compliment.
Third.
That's 5 minutes there, guys, but Galeo, were you going to say something?
Oh, no, I was just going to offer Garzak some jerky. He seemed pretty quiet to me.
Yeah, Garzak will accept the jerky.
Thank you. Goat?
He's clearly never seen a satyr before.
That's fair. Most people haven't.
Very well. I'm glad that you had this opportunity to talk as a group. For the next time that I see you, at least one of you will be missing. And you will be sorely missed, of course. And now it is time to begin our first game, Hunter and Hunted. If you would all please step this way. And he motions toward a portal that now opens before each of you. And you can see that the portal is starting to move towards you regardless of what you do.
I'll be the first to step through.
Ready your equipment, men.
I ready my bow.
As you all step into the portals, or the portals absorb you, everything goes dark. As it does, you feel many shadowy hands, some clawed, some strong, some large, some small, grasping all over you, tugging toward, pulling you towards an unseen destination. You can tell by the grasp that they're not removing any of your items from you or causing any damage, although it is quite rough as you were kind of torn through a mosh pit of shadow. And suddenly you're thrust into a well-lit area, and at first you can't help but turn your head due to the sudden change and intensity of the light. As you are pulled through the portal by the shadowy hands, and your eyes adjust to the magical light emanating from many torches around the room, you can see that you stand within a large throne room. Your fellow contestants all in a line in what would be the front entrance, as if a king was holding audience. Before you, you see 6 skeletal figures at the far end. One seated upon the throne is wearing robes and is holding a staff
and has 3 heads. The other 5 look to be skeletal humanoids, all equipped with a manner of sword, a short bow, and appear to be standing guard around this figure on the throne. 6 vertical pillars stand on the left and right side. There are 2 doors that are closed behind you, and 2 more doors at the far end that kind of are on both sides of the throne. So as we begin our hunter and hunted, the figure on the throne stands up and kind of motions the other skeletal figures forward and says to you in a raspy voice,
Kig du says Therangul, Ziok Azkioizerd, Zixnak Koyex, Pax Ziwex is.
And all of you, save for our lizard folk, have no idea what is being said. I'm just gonna really quickly type something up to Wezzy so that he knows what is being said. Okay, I'm just typing quickly here, Wezzy. I know you're an English teacher, but give me a break. With that, we will begin Hunter and Hunted. Amund, you're up first. What would you like to do? And keep in mind, you have 2 minutes for your turn to declare your action, your movement, any bonus actions you may have, and to ask questions and get your answers all within 2 minutes. So Amund, you are up.
All right. Would it take my action to try and open this door behind me?
You could do your free interact with object if you'd like. You quickly reach behind and grab the handle, and it is very solidly locked.
Okay, all right. So I'm going to move over to the right behind that pillar. On my way, I'm going to fire a firebolt. And then if there's anything that I notice about the 3 people that I pass with my intermission action stuff, just send that to me. I'm not too worried about it at the time. So I will make a firebolt attack here. I am doing it at the guy on the throne, and I'm trying to hide behind that pillar, like directly behind it.
Oh, so you're moving right up to the pillar, okay.
Yep. And just as my speech, I'm gonna yell a slur at that guy in Draconic, because I know Draconic, and I don't take kindly to people talking to me in languages I don't understand.
I know Draconic. Out of curiosity, what'd you say?
Yeah, same group.
I'm not sure. Let's see. I said that his bones look very not dense. All right, his bones aren't dense.
Yeah, you need some milk.
Yeah. I got a 17 to hit him with my firebolt.
Okay. With your 17, as you raced to take cover behind the pillar, your firebolt goes shooting forward against this creature that's sitting on the throne, or now standing, sorry. And as it's coming in, you see the staff in his hand. He just kind of like backhands it away, deflecting it harmlessly, and it does 0 damage.
Okay, that's my turn.
Next up is Galeo, and the next
Galeo,
player
yes.
will be Garzak after that.
All right. So the first thing I'm going to do is I just realized that this has a material component. I should oh wait, hold on. I have a holy focus. What am I thinking? Okay, I'm going to cast protection from evil and good.
Okay. On yourself, I assume?
Yes. So that means specific types of creatures have disadvantage to attack me. Aberrations, celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, and undead. They have disadvantage on attack rolls against me, and I cannot be charmed, frightened, or possessed by them. Then, with my free object interaction, I'm going to pull out a javelin.
Okay.
And I'm going to move up to the pillar on my side, and I'm going to try and position myself in a way that I have some measure of cover against the three-headed thing, whether that be
these would give you
cover,
half cover.
What.
Yeah, the pillars provide half cover.
And that is my turn.
Next up, it is the skeleton's turn. Okay, they all move forward, taking aim with their short bows. First one on the left is going to be shooting at General Blood. I assume a 6 does not hit you as the arrow clatters harmlessly off the wall behind you.
Definitely not.
The next one takes aim at Garzak. This would be an 18 to hit.
That will hit.
So you are struck for 3 piercing damage as the arrow penetrates through your thick hide. Next one takes aim at Damien. This is a 23 to hit, but not a crit.
Is that the centermost one?
Yes.
Okay, cool. 7 damage, you got it.
Next up, this one is going to take aim at Galeo, although you do have some cover.
And they have disadvantage.
Yep, so I'm going to roll again.
Not that I needed it.
Oh, sorry, that was a damage roll, but yeah, you definitely don't need it for this because that one misses for sure. So that one deflects harmlessly. The last one, I'm just going to roll a d6 to see who it's going to go after. And that's going to be a 2. So Amund hiding behind the pillar, he's still going to try to take a shot towards you. And that would be a 14.
Does not hit.
Okay, with that, the skeletons are all finished. Next up is the 3-headed skeletal creature. He begins to cast very clearly some magical, somatic, and verbal aspects to a spell. As he does, you see him flicker slightly, and then his movements become incredibly quick. Just little like fidgets side to side, almost as if he's shifting in reality. However, he does not move and stands there. Okay, we are now back to Garzak, or at Garzak.
All right. Let's see. About how far is the nearest skeleton to me?
Roughly 60 feet, but just to give you more precise, so where you are now, closest to you is straight line, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yep, 60 feet.
All right. Let's see. If it's within 30 feet, I'm gonna go to the, let's see, the pillar, not the one like kind of adjacent to me, but like the next one of the next set of pillars up. If it's within 30 feet. If not, I'll just go to one of the ones other people are behind.
Okay, so you want to try to get out to the next row, you said?
Well, yeah.
So yeah, 30 feet can get you to here.
Okay, yeah. I'll go there, taking up my glaive, and then see. As a bonus action, I will rage, shouting at them in abyssal. I'll pick my teeth of your bones, and then I will use my full action to take the dodge action.
Okay. Garzak. Next up is Lieutenant Crow. And then we have the General on deck. So you are right here currently.
All right. So move me at a diagonal into the middle of the room.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's pretty center.
That puts me within 60 feet of the three-headed thing, right?
Yep, it does.
I would like you to make a wisdom save. I'm going to draw my longsword, point at you, guilty. And I will cast Toll the Dead.
Okay, sounds good. Toll the Dead, you said?
Yep. Wisdom save DC 13.
He does have advantage.
Mm-hmm.
And with advantage, he succeeds, taking no damage, I believe. Or was Toll the Dead half? Or 0?
It is none.
Yep.
0.
Save for full. So you saved, you take nothing. And I will use my bonus action to hoist up my shield and cast Shield of Faith.
Okay, increasing your AC. Excellent. That's it for Matthias?
That is it for me.
Next up is Damien.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Damien will also cast Protection from Evil and Good on himself. And then he will probably saddle up right next to Amund on his right side. Just so forward 2 squares.
Howdy there.
Okay, any bonus action?
Nope. No, sir.
Okay. The three-headed creature at the end of Damien's turn begins casting once again as it takes a legendary action, and it's going to be aimed at I'm going from the creature. So Garzak is closer and on the line. So there is some sort of arcane attack coming towards you, Garzak.
Okay.
You see a black beam shoot out towards you, which would hit an AC of 12. So it goes wide. It actually impacts the column in front of you, and you just see it like knock off some of the concrete bits in an explosion, but you are unharmed. It is now General Blood's turn.
All right. So first thing I do is shout to the roof. Neela, do you want me? You can have me. Time to prove your worth. And then I will shoot the skeleton that is on the far left from me.
Okay, sounds good. Go for it.
Armor class 11.
Yeah, it goes wide. It is not enough to strike the skeleton. Anything else for the general?
Then I move probably 2 squares to the left so that I'm in between the column and the boss.
Okay, so you're currently here?
Yep.
You want to move?
So two squares to the left.
My left? This way?
The character's left.
Okay, yeah.
Yep, I'm happy with that.
Okay, sounds good.
As long as I get protection from the boss through the pillar.
Maybe we should get that drink after this.
For sure.
So at the conclusion of the general's turn, the creature once again fires out a black beam of energy. And that one is going to be coming towards number 1, which is Damien.
Damien, didn't you also cast Protection from Evil and Good?
Yeah. So it'll have.
So this would be a disadvantage.
First one is a 29 to hit, but it's at disadvantage. So
come on, disadvantage.
13.
Let's
there we go.
Nice.
And so ends round 1. Round 2, we have Amund with
All right.
Galeo on deck.
So I'm unsure of what Garzak said. He might have been insulting me. So I, in Draconic, call his mother an overgrown lizard. And then I'm going to do a 2nd level magic missile at the 3-headed skeleton. And no movement. Spells.
Okay, go ahead and roll your damage.
Okay, so the first dart is a 4 total.
Very well, 4 damage.
Second dart is a 2 total. Okay, 4 damage on the third one. The fourth one is also 4 damage. And I did add the +1 to all of those.
Did you shoot that at the big guy?
Yeah.
Okay, if he had a concentration spell cast, he has to make 4 DC 10 concentration saving throws.
Yep.
Yep.
He will do right now. Just double check.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that makes it worth it.
Little known use of magic missile is really, really good at breaking concentration.
I wasn't sure if I'd be able to hit him with aiming, so I'm like, bah. Garzak, do you speak Draconic?
Yes, he understood exactly what you said.
Okay. I didn't understand what you said, so.
First one's a pass. Next one is a fail.
Nice.
Yeah, so anyway, no need to continue on with that last roll. Whatever spell was up does indeed drop. All right, so Amund's magic missiles strike true, and a magical effect was in fact dispelled or removed as his concentration was broken. Anything else for Amund?
Nope.
All right, next up is Galeo.
So, just a setting question. How tall are the ceilings and how tall are the pillars? Do they go all the way to the ceiling?
Yeah, you can see by the light in here that they go up at least 60 feet.
Okay. All right. I am going to throw my javelin at the big guy. 3-headed ugly thing. That disadvantage, so this is going to be interesting. Not bad considering it's disadvantage, but I still don't think that hits, considering I think someone rolled an 18 and that didn't hit. I'm assuming that didn't hit?
No, it didn't hit. No.
Okay. Then I'm going to... Oh, gosh. I have a rope. I do. All right, I'm going to take out a rope. And I'm just gonna stand here.
Okay, so use your bonus action to remove a rope from your backpack.
Oh, I thought that was a free object interaction. One free object interaction.
Oh, okay, yeah. Sounds good.
Would I be able to use a bonus action to tie the rope around the pillar?
I'd say that would probably take your action.
Okay, that's what I thought. That's what I did try, but yeah, I'm just gonna take the rope, and I have nothing to use a bonus action for, so I'm just going to hang out.
Okay, next up are the skeletons. So the one on the left is going to take aim at Damien. Sorry. That's a 22 to hit.
And with disadvantage.
Again. Reducing it to a 13.
Let's go.
Okay. Next one. Take a shot at the lizard folk hiding behind the column. 10 misses. Next one will aim straight down the middle towards the lieutenant. A 6 to hit, not even close. And then the next one will go for Galeo, disadvantage. It's a 21, but the second roll, a 19 to hit?
Nope.
Another harmless shot. And then the last one, he's going to move to try to get a shot at the general. A 19 to hit.
Hits.
For 5 piercing damage. Nope, sorry, 7 total.
7.
And now it is the 3-headed creature's turn, and he begins casting once again. I'm going to roll a d6 to see who will be the target of this spell. A 3, so going from the left, that is 1, 2, 3 would be Amund.
Okay.
Give me an Arcana check.
Okay. 15 total.
Okay. It is not a targeted spell, so cover is not relevant.
Okay.
Okay, in that case, I need you to give me a Constitution saving throw.
Not great. 9 total.
Nine total. All right.
Yep.
Okay. As the creature begins to cast, you see that the final aspect of this incantation, he points a finger directly at you, Amund, and kind of taps like this.
Well, it was good playing with you all.
Oh, no, 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 no.
Just tried to pull an ET on me, and I didn't reach out and touch tips with him, so we all know how that ends.
Yep. You get to join his little merry band.
I know episode 2 and 3 really took their time, but round 2? Round 2?
He said he wanted more lethal.
Makes
Whoa,
sense. That's a lot of dice.
Oh, that's a lot of 8s.
Oh.
Yeah, 72 necrotic damage.
Oh.
72.
It's 78 plus 30 for Finger of Death.
Oh.
Wow.
Okay.
Is
Like
there,
I said.
That?
Like I said, guys.
is there anything within the rules of Crucible of Fate, Jake, that you can use currently to save?
I mean, So not unless you're going to let me come back as a revenant with a deep, passionate hate for the host.
We can talk about that after. Anything to save Amund?
Nope, I got nothing here.
All right. So with that, you feel the tap on your forehead as your body is filled with an immense power, as your skin begins to rip and tear, almost like cracks going through marble. But rather than exploding with power, your whole body just kind of crumples inwards and dissolves into a pile of ash. As it does, portals open in front of the rest of you. Garzak, it is now your turn.
I completely forgot about Fate Spheres. Oh well.
I'm sorry, Jake. I delayed like as long as I could. Like
no, it's all right. I realized that as you were saying it. It's good. It's good.
How far is the newly formed pile of ash from me?
It's 20 feet behind you.
Let's see. Yeah, I'll go back. It's an action to loot whatever's left there.
Okay, so you head back to begin looting?
Yeah. And then let's see. What kind of action is it to go into the portal? Is that like a bonus action? Is that still part of movement, or?
It's your movement. So, yeah, I'll say with your action, you loot.
And as I'm looting, I'll say something about his mom. I really got a chance to speak up about that. But yeah, and then I'll use the end of my movement to hop in the portal.
Right, so
before you do that, you see a ghostly figure of me in front of you as you're looting me, and it says, "My mother was twice the woman yours was."
All right. So with that, Garzak steps through the portal. At the end of Garzak's turn, the creature points out at all of you, and using a legendary action, 5. So once again, from his point of view, counting from the left, he doesn't attack anyone, as there's only 4 of you. Next up is Lieutenant Crow.
You said it's your movement to go through the portal?
It is.
All right, well then I'm gonna point my sword at that 3-headed thing. Guilty. And we'll cast Toll of Death. You could save again.
This time it chooses to use one of its legendary resistance and just waves off your insignificant magic.
I will stare at you for a moment, point my sword in judgment before I use my movement to go through the portal.
And Crow steps through the portal. It's now Damien's turn.
Was Garzak able to... Did he get everything off of the body?
You could spend an action looting as well.
Okay, yeah. I'll spend an action looting.
Okay.
And then I will step through the portal. Thank you for your sacrifice.
Next up is the General.
What distance is the body from me?
It's 45 feet from you, but actually it will use at the end of Damien's turn another legendary action to unleash a bolt of black magic towards number 1, which currently is Galeo.
Fun.
Disadvantage. So the first one is a 28 to hit. The second one is a natural 20, so a 28 with disadvantage.
Oh no!
That hits. Yeah, let's see the damage.
For 29.
Ooh. I'm up.
Necrotic
Oh, wait, is it
damage.
necrotic? Oh, I take half. I'm resistant. So that's 15 or 14?
14, we'll round down.
Oh.
So as this magical energy impacts you, you feel the armor that you're wearing start to reverberate. However, some of it does seep through and you feel your flesh begin to dissolve underneath the armor, but you're very much aware it could have been significantly worse without the armor you're wearing.
Ow.
So, General.
I am going to take a pot shot at the same, or the one that's in line of me, the skeleton.
Okay.
And rally actions, attacks. Shoot with my longbow. For a 10.
10.
Yeah.
Once again, the shot goes wide, ricocheting off
It
the
does.
column.
I'll use a bonus action of. Bear with me a moment. Second win, which means I get 1d10 plus 3 back.
Okay.
So I rolled a 10, so I get 13 back. Fantastic.
Nice.
Back up to full, and I'll step through the portal.
Very well. That ends round 2. Top of round 3, Galeo.
I am not going to try and do anything real fancy. I am going to use my Harness Divine Power, spending a Channel Divinity to regain a spell slot.
Okay, very well.
That's a bonus action. How far away is the corpse?
45 feet from you is the
Nope.
pile of ash.
Jumping through the portal.
And with that, all of you, save for your wizard companion, are transported back into the Fate's Hand Tavern, having survived Hunter and hunted.
Phew.
We'll take a quick break there, guys, to do our last round of intermission actions to wrap up the evening. Jake, man, I'm sorry.
It's fine. It's fine.
I gave the first round to just, do little things. Then I was going to start to put the heat on, and I tried to pause as much as I could, but I can't give advice to people. So
No, it's all right. Listen, next Crucible, I'm going to get myself a little piece of wood with some divots in it. I'm going to put some marbles on it. All right. I'm not going to forget that I have fate spheres.
Forget about it. I'm getting it tattooed. I was biting my tongue. I thought about it. Come on, man. You got to use the fate spheres. But I was but I don't want to use mine.
Everybody has 6. Like, you have all of them. No one has used a single sphere that I know of. Like,
And it's amazing.
Ah,
yeah.
Your sacrifice was not in vain.
I will say I was going to inspect the doors and see if we could break them down and just run out of the room.
I was trying to make my way downfield to see what those 2 doors were.
The reason I took out my rope was I was going to wrap the rope around the pillar in case. I was going to wrap it around the pillar in case, you open those doors and they just go to a void. Then,
I was thinking about pushing over one of the pillows on the big guy, but then he said well, I don't think I can do that. I'm strong, but I don't think I'm just tear up this building strong.
You're not Herculean.
Yeah. Not yet, at least.
As you all emerge back in from the portals into the Fate's Hand Tavern, minus your wizard companion, Amund, the host raises his arms out wide in a welcoming fashion, a big, toothy grin on his face. Welcome back, gentlemen. My, that's quite the destructive touch that he has. I did not expect that to go so quickly. Lucky for you, many of you were barely touched. And what a horrifically painful way to die that must have been. Destroyed from the inside out. Anyway, moving on with the show, it is now time for our second round of Intermission Actions. Do you have any questions for me before we move to those? I'm seeing scowls on your faces. You should be happy. You've survived Hunter and Hunted.
I have a question.
Now
Please, Lieutenant, shoot.
What do you want on your tombstone?
I will write something for you, you know? Next time I see you, I will give it to you. Sound good?
Good.
I'm honored you would give me one. Maybe you like me a little more than you seem, huh?
I want to know where to piss on.
Oh, okay. I see how it is. For now, I will ignore your rude comments, and we will see what happens at the end of this game for one of us, you and I. So there will be a moment, I am sure.
We'll see.
Did somebody else have a comment or question?
Did no one else process?
Damien, please, go ahead.
Did no one else process that? That was like not even 15 seconds.
I believe it was 8.
Oh my God, this guy has a clock.
Some die old and fat. Others, quicker.
It was a good death.
He died in combat, doing what he loved, giving and receiving arcane energy. That's one way to look at it, I suppose. Okay, enough chit-chat. Let us move on. So, I will call you in one at a time into our intermission action room. Until I see you momentarily, take care. And so, Damien, you seem a bit shocked by the violence you have just witnessed. Just be thankful it wasn't you.
I suppose that I am. And I hope Pyrrhus takes Amund fast and willingly.
Indeed. So, now you have 2 intermission actions to use. What would you like to do with your time?
I suppose I'd like to start off with a short rest and collect my thoughts.
Very wise. Number 1. Okay, short rest, so you gain all the benefits of a short rest. That would be in your favor based on your classes. What did you take for your level up?
I took a 2nd level in Warlock.
Okay. Anything of note you wish to discuss about your short rest, or was it all pretty straightforward?
Pretty straightforward. Regain my pack spell slot. Heal up. I'm gonna roll 1 hit die.
Okay.
And for your second intermission action?
The archives.
Okay. Very well. If you would follow me right this way. And he brings you down into the archives, and what you see kind of grow out of the shadows before you is a massive room. Quite dark, although you do see the light from some torches off in the distance, and a couple in the foreground that at least provide enough light to show massive piles of bones on your left, as well as extremely large bookcases stacked one on top of each other on the right. And you see the archivist step out with his gray skin, humanoid form, bald head, sunken, shallow facial features, eyes a milky, like creamy white, and his tentacles kind of undulating as the archivist steps toward you. Damien Lancaster, what can I research for you?
Hello. I would like to research on the previous Escape the Room challenge.
Just in general, or anything specific?
Well, I was trying to get a better read on the room layout, looking for how open were the doorways that the contestants did not go through until the portals opened.
Yes. Can you give me an investigation check, please?
Yes, sir.
17. Okay. 17. I have found this text here where many of the rooms created by Tharamgul, some notes are contained within. You wish to learn of the falling room, yes?
Yes. Are they all made by Tharamgul?
Well, he had some consultants on the side, but he is a very clever one himself and takes joy in developing and testing the rooms before the contestants are put to the test. In this room, you sit 10,000 feet high, and at the beginning, you free fall. This is clearly a real free fall. The room impacts the ground at great speed after 30 seconds. You may have noticed from what you witnessed that the archways remained open until poor Lilith met her demise. If she had not been prematurely killed by her specter, they would have remained open until impact with the ground.
Thank you very much. That was exactly what I was looking for.
I'm glad to hear that. Any other question for me relating to that room?
Does that room, if encountered again, does the room get completely reset? Or is there a broken copy of the room at the bottom of the pit?
It resets indeed, but of course we like to add in the feature where both Lilith and poor Hibble's bodies remain on display.
Oh, Very, very interesting.
A little bonus for our contestants. You're welcome.
Well, thank you.
Anything
I
else,
suppose?
Master Damien?
Oh, no. That is far too gracious a title for me. No, that'll be all, sir. Thank you very much.
Very well. I wish you luck in the next round of the Crucible. Or should I say next game?
Thank you. I wish you luck tending to your notes and archives.
Appreciated. Welcome back, General. Good to see that your combat prowess kept you alive in such a challenging situation.
Yes. Thank you.
And now, for the second round of intermission actions, you have 2. What would you like to do with your time?
First one, short rest.
Very well.
Want to get my action surge back.
Okay, so you regain all the benefits of a short rest, blood. I believe you were full hit points with your second wind, or do you still have some to roll for?
Correct.
Okay. Anything else with your short rest to do?
I would like to have a chat with Damien Lancaster.
Excellent. I will bring him in. So, just to be clear, you are using your second intermission action to parley with Damien Lancaster.
Parley, correct.
Please just wait one moment, and I will fetch him for you. Damien, you have been summoned into the parley circle by General Blood. Do you accept?
Yes, of course.
Very well then, gentlemen, you have 5 minutes to talk.
General, it is a pleasure to formally meet your acquaintance.
For sure. Nila is continuously speaking in whispers in my ear, and he has suggested I form some sort of alliance with you. Would you like to perhaps work on an alliance together for the final round?
Sure. Well, second, or maybe both of the last 2 remaining rounds.
For sure, we protect each other.
Yes, being open, I have already made the same agreement with Garzak, as he is also a follower of Vela.
Sounds good. And my suggestion is that we aim for Jelio if we can, because I noticed that he took the heavy magic armor, and I gather you wear heavy armor, yes?
Oh, did he? I believe the host may have mentioned that we are not allowed to take those off of people once they perish.
Didn't know that bit.
All here in the notes.
Confirmed.
All right. Do you have a suggestion on who we want to take out?
If it were between the 2 of Galileo and Lieutenant Crow, I believe that Lieutenant Crow has certain priorities that maybe Galileo does not have yet. It seems that Lieutenant has a very stern focus on Theramghoul. And while it may not be the smartest thing right now, I sure do commend him for his stick-to-itiveness.
So here's your suggestion to take out?
Probably Galileo. Unless an opportunity arises that Lieutenant is in a worse position.
Fair enough. And if Galileo has taken the heavy armor, For permanent, at least we get him out of the way.
That sounds like a good idea to me.
Done deal. I'm happy with that.
It was great talking to you, General.
Likewise. Good soldier.
Welcome back, Galeo, and congratulations for surviving Hunter and Hunted. I seem to be losing my focus on you. There we go. Thank you. So, in this round, you have 2 intermission actions. What would you like to do?
Well, as I told you before, I wouldn't need your luck. I would like to take a rest to start, a short rest.
Very well. Short rest it is. So you regain all the benefits of a short rest. Do you have any hit dice you'd like to roll?
3.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. 16.
That should bring me back up to max, I believe. It does. Cool. And I should regain that ability I used to regain my spell slots.
For your second intermission action.
I would like to parlay with General Bloodblood.
Very well. Just give me one moment, and I will bring him in. You have been summoned into the parley circle by Galeo. Do you accept or refuse?
I'll accept.
Very well. Gentlemen, you have 5 minutes to talk.
Hello, how you doing?
I'm alright, General. How are you?
Very good. Staying alive.
That's the important thing, isn't it?
It is.
It seems to me that a lot of the other contestants we've been stuck with are pretty green, if you know what I mean.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of them are already dead. They just don't know it yet. I'm not suggesting we need to soulbind, although I'm willing to, if you are. But I would like to forge an alliance with you in the short term, if that's what you prefer, or long term, to survive the upcoming rounds. I have healing to offer and spells to boost your abilities, and I think we would make a good team.
I think so too. It sounds like a good idea to me.
All right. I guess then the thing to talk about is strategy. When it, not so much in the next round, but when we hit split the party, we need to figure out who to target. And unfortunately, the easy target is dead. So
he was going to be my target.
I think he was going to be everyone's target. Now, rather than attacking the weakest, I think it might be a good idea to attack the strongest, because then in later rounds, should we survive, we eliminate the competition before they get a chance to really gain in power.
I think the strongest personality is Matthias Crow.
I would agree. So are we in agreement? Matthias Crow is the target?
I reckon he needs to die.
All right.
He's a disruptor.
I agree. Do you need anything from me in the short term?
I suggest not the soulbind either. Because if one dies, the other is disadvantaged too much. Plus, you're not a half-orc. Plus, you're not a half-orc, so you're not likely to get a soulbind out of me.
Yeah, that's fair. But a drinking companion I will take.
Oh, yeah.
If we can find any bloody L in this place.
We'll wear them down. Don't you worry about that.
All right. Matthias Crow. We will come for him, and We will be victorious.
We will.
That's all I have, unless you have anything else.
I'm happy with that.
Game Master.
Yes, you summoned. Have you finished your discussion?
We have. There's no need to dilly-dally with extra time.
Very well. In that case, I will see you momentarily. Thank you both very much. There you go, General. You seem like quite the popular man these days.
Well, everyone wants a general on their side.
Seems you have some decisions to make. I look forward to seeing who you betray.
I've already made my decision.
I'm tingling with excitement to see who it is.
I'm half expecting another alliance request too. Well, we're going to play the game as we play the game.
Indeed. Speaking of which, I will carry on. I will see you later, General.
Thank you.
Greetings, Lieutenant Matthias Crow. It is nice to see you again. I am overjoyed that you survived your encounter in Hunter and Hunted.
Yes, you seem so.
It is time for your intermission actions, of which you have 2 this round. What would you like to do?
I will use my first intermission action to harness divine power, returning using my channel divinity to regain a spell slot.
Okay.
And then I will take a short rest to regain my channel divinity.
Seems your relationship with your deity is very solid. It's nice to see such a close bond firsthand.
You're going to see it much closer as time goes on, creature.
That is actually quite true, one way or another. Is there anything else that you would like to talk to me about before I segregate you back?
Do you wish to confess your crimes? Submit to the pleas of the court?
Well, I have already admitted that I am guilty of those things, but you may find it strange that on another plane of existence I do not recognize your authority, nor do many on your own plane, but I do find it very entertaining how committed you are to your cause.
You may be beyond mortal law, but I am empowered by the gods themselves. You will see justice.
Time and fate will tell, Lieutenant.
It will indeed. But if you want to have a conversation, why don't we talk about the Jagalian Empire?
That is something perhaps you should visit the archivist about.
Don't want to speak about your old home. Don't want to give away secrets.
I will just say I miss it very much. It was a difficult time. It was hard to endure the creation of the barrier. A very selfish act indeed. I will leave it at that.
Prisoners tend to think cages are the wrong move.
How do you like yours so far?
I'm getting closer to you. I like it fine.
As always, it has been most enjoyable interacting with you, Lieutenant. I will talk to you soon.
Yes, we will talk soon.
Garzak, welcome back to the Fate's Hand Tavern. I am pleased you survived, Hunter, and hunted. Your instincts seem to serve you well. You have 2 intermission actions to use at this time. What would you like to do for your first one?
Let's see. I will do I'll spend one of my hit dice to heal some. Let's see here.
A short rest for the first one?
Yes, short rest. All right.
4. Okay. Plus your
Plus my
combat.
con, that's 3. So, that's 7. So I'm at max now. I think I'm going to do another parlay. Let's see here.
Parlay for your second intermission action. Excellent. Who would you like to speak to?
Bring out the orc.
The general. Very well. Please wait one moment. General, you have been summoned to the Parlay Circle by Garzak. Do you accept or refuse?
Well and truly accept.
Very well. Gentlemen, you have 5 minutes to discuss your business privately.
I was hoping you'd give me a buzz. I've already had a talk with Damien, and as we are all under the eye of Nelia, I was hoping to cement a 3-way alliance.
Perfect.
Yes. Right to the chase. I would accept this. When it comes time for us to kill each other, who do you suggest we go after?
Well, Giulio has magic armor. I took note that he took that from the shop. So in later games, I think that will make a difference. Him having the heavy armor, he would be my first choice to take out. And Matthias Crow is a little bit forceful in his methods. He's a good second option.
Yes. I should, if it were up to me, I say we take out Matthias.
I reckon we all 3 get together for a final talk at the end of the next round and cement that. Be aware that I've also made a tentative or fake alliance with Giulio. But you guys are my definite alliance. He wanted the alliance, you've got to play the game and let him get him off my back.
That's interesting. How do I know you're not lying to me?
Well, that's why I'm up front. That's what I told you. I think Nelia would have something to say if I back out on it now.
Fair.
Just a quick note. Just a quick note for you guys. Sorry to interrupt. Never mind. I extract myself from this conversation. Carry on.
In the event that Damien falls in the next round, bring in Gelio into our alliance. He can be useful until we're done with him.
I agree.
Very well. This went faster than I expected.
Awesome stuff. Well, I'm happy with that. Done deal. He shakes.
I'll shake your hand.
Is your business concluded, gentlemen?
Yes. On my end, yes.
Okay, in that case, I will put you all back in the waiting room and then bring people in one at a time, as not to give away who was here first. Now, all of our intermission actions have concluded for the evening. Last thing that I would like General Bloodblood to do, please roll a d20.
Let's have a look. 19.
19. Great roll. This has now selected the room in which you will all have to escape during our next game this evening. If you would please follow me in to the room where all of the gateways are contained. Emotions for you to follow once again as the world as the world shifts around you. And although none of you have seen this yourselves, you have seen it as you were observing the previous contestants that went in. And as you enter this large, dark room, it's lit by just a few magical torches along the edges. And you see a massive amount of black monoliths that appear to be some sort of stone like obsidian. 3 columns of 20 stones, some of them that are now lit up towards the back. And at this point, one of these gates kind of makes its way towards you, one monolith at a time, with the brightness getting closer and closer until it is right in front of you. And gentlemen, this will lead you to your next room. I wish you all great success and luck on escaping. And he just reaches out his hand towards the door.
I pass him and I say, I already told you I don't need your luck. And I walk through.
Thud walks through.
Matthias will walk through and give no look at the host.
Darzak will follow.
Anything from Damien?
Just a lot of note taking, and he finishes with a period, closes the book, and walks through.
With that, folks, we're going to stop here for episode 4, part 1. I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves, and I hope the Eyes of Truth enjoyed the show. We will pick it up right here with part 2. We'll jump right into Escape the Room next time. And that's it for tonight. Until next time, we see you in the Crucible of Fate. Take care, everyone.